Hello dear students, in previous class we have discussed about the topic that is representation of rational number on the number line and finding the rational numbers between two given rational numbers. Okay, we have discussed the theory portion and the topic. Today we will solve knowledge check 1.3. So let's start from question number 1. In question number 1 it is told that represent the following rational numbers on the number line. Okay, you have to represent the given rational number on the number line. So first part it is given that 3 upon 5, you have to represent 3 upon 5. Okay, so let's start. 3 upon 5, this number lies between 0 and 1. It should be 1. Lies between 0 and 1. Thus we first divide the space between 0 and 1 into 5 equal parts. I told you have to see the denominator. Here in denominator there is 5. So you have to divide the space between 0 and 1 into 5 equal parts. Okay. Since the denominator of the required rational number is 5. Since the denominator of the rational number is 5, so you have to divide the space between 0 and 1 into 5 equal parts. Okay. Starting from 0, the first of the equally spaced point will be 1 upon 5. After 0 there will be 1 upon 5, then 2 upon 5, 3 upon 4 upon 5, 5 upon 5. In this way you will take the points. Okay. The second will be 2 upon 5 and so on. The fifth point will be 5 upon 5, that is 1. So as this number is between 0 and 1, so we have taken 0 and here it is 1. And we have divided into 5 equal parts. The space between 0 and 1 is divided into 5 equal parts. First part is 1 upon 5, second part is 2 upon 5, third part is 3 upon 5, fourth part is 4 upon 5 and fifth part is 5 upon 5. So you have to represent 3 upon 5. So 3 upon 5 is this point. So you have to make dot here and we are denoting by P. So on the number line P is representing the point 3 upon 5. This is very easy. Okay, come to the next part. In next part it is given that you have to represent minus 4 upon 11. So minus 4 upon 11, you have to see that minus 4 upon 11 lies between which two rational numbers or which two integers. Okay, so minus 4 upon 11 lies between minus 1 and 0. This number lies between minus n and 0. Thus we first divide the space between minus 1 and 0 into 11 equal parts, because in denominator there is 11. So you have to divide into 11 equal parts. So we have taken minus 1, that is minus 11 upon 11, and here 0. So 0, then minus 1 upon 11, minus 2 upon 11, 3 upon 11, minus 4 upon 11, minus and so on up to minus 11 upon 11. You have to represent minus 4 upon 11. So minus 4 upon 11 is this point. Okay, and denoting by P. Okay, come to the next part. Next part you have to represent 17 upon 5. 17 upon 5 can be written as 3 whole 2 upon 5, which lies between 3 and 4. Okay, so 3 and 4 and the denominator is 5. So we will divide the space between 3 and 4 into 5 equal parts. So this is 3, that is 15 upon 5. Okay, and this is 4, that is 20 upon 5, and this space between 3 and 4 you have to divide into 5 equal parts. So we have divided into 5 equal parts. So and 3 equals to 15 upon 5 and 3 equals to 9 upon 3 also, but we can't write 9 upon 3 because here it is in denominator there is 5. So here also in denominator there should be 5. So if you keep 5 in denominator, so in numerator there should be 15. So 15 upon 5, 16 upon 5, 17 upon 5, 18 upon 5, 19 upon 5 and 20 upon 5. You have to represent 17 upon 5. So this point is 17 upon 5. Okay, so on the number line P is representing the point 17 upon 5. Now come to the next part. In next part it is given that you have to represent minus 19 upon 4, that is equals to minus 4 whole 3 upon 4. So this number lies between minus 5 and minus 4. So we will divide the space between minus 5 and minus 4 into 4 equal parts, because in denominator there is 4, into 4 equal parts. So minus 5 means minus 20 upon 4, then minus 19 upon 4, minus 18 upon 4, minus 17 upon 4, minus 16 upon 4, that is equals to minus 4. Okay, so you have to represent minus 19 upon 4. So minus 19 upon 4, this is the point, and you have to make dot here, and you will represent by any capital letter, that is P we have denoted here. So on the number line, P is representing the point minus 19 upon 11. Now come to the next question, that is question number 2. In question number 2, it is given that write any 5 rational numbers greater than minus 2. This is your choice. By your choice, you can choose any number that will be greater than minus 2. So in number line, see this, greater than minus 2 is minus 1, then 0, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. So any 5 rational number greater than minus 2 are minus 1, 0, 1, 2, 3. You can choose that 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 like this. Okay, any rational number that is greater than minus 2. I have taken minus 1, 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay, it is not bounded that you have to take these 5 numbers. You can take more numbers except these 5 numbers. Okay, now come to the next question, that is question number 3. Find any 5 rational numbers between 2 upon 5 and 9 upon 5. So you have to find rational numbers between 2 upon 5 and 9 upon 5. See this, 2 upon 5, 9 upon 5, denominators are same, and there is a huge difference between the numerator, 2 and here it is 9, so 7, difference is 7. So we can find 5 rational number easily. See this, hence 5 rational number between 2 upon 5 and 9 upon 5 are 3 upon 5, after 2 upon 5 there will be 3 upon 5, then 4 upon 5, 5 upon 5, that is 1, then 6 upon 5, then 7 upon 5. Okay, so easily you can tell that 5 rational numbers between 2 upon 5 and 9 upon 5. Now come to the next question. Next is question number 4. Okay, find any 10 rational numbers between minus 1 upon 3 and 1 upon 3. Here the denominators are same, minus 1 upon 3 and 1 upon 3. You have to find 10 rational numbers. I have told that when you are not able to get easily the rational numbers and denominators are already same, so when you have to find 10 rational numbers, then you have to multiply the numerator and denominator by 11, one more. So you have multiplied by 11. So you have got minus 11 upon 33, here you have got 11 upon 33. Because denominators are same, you have to find 10 rational numbers. So you have to multiply numerator and denominator by one more, that is 11. Okay, now you can say that easily between these two rational number, easily you can say that 11 upon 33, then next number is minus 10 upon 33, 9 upon the minus 9 upon 33, minus 8 upon, and so on up to minus 1 upon 33. So 10 rational numbers we have got between these two. Okay, now come to the next question, that is question number 5. In question number 5, it is told that minus 2 upon 5 and minus 1 upon 2. You have to find 10 rational numbers between them. Okay, so here it is minus 2 upon 5, here it is 1 upon 2. At first, here see the denominator, denominators are not equal, so you have to make the denominator equal, and the denominator will be the LCM of the denominator. LCM of 5 and 2 is 10. So for making this 5 10, you have to multiply numerator and denominator by 2. So 2 into minus 2 into 2, 5 into 2, so this is minus 4 upon 10. And 1 upon 2, this 2 you have to make 10. So for that, for this you have to multiply by 5. So 1 into 5 and 2 into 5, that is 5 upon 10. Now see this, minus 4 upon 10 minus and 5 upon 10. See this, so how many rational number you have to find? You have to find 10 rational numbers. So that's why you have to multiply by 11. After equating the denominator, you will multiply by one more. Okay, that is 11. So after multiplying by 11, we have got minus 14 upon minus 44 upon 110, and this is 55 upon 110. So 10 rational numbers are 55, then next number is 54, 53, 52, and so on up to 45 upon 110. So 10 rational numbers we have got easily. Okay, come to the next question. In next question, it is told that question number 6, find 5 rational numbers between 3 parts are there. Come to the first part. Okay, first part, 2 upon 3 and 4 upon 5. Between these two rational numbers, you have to find 5 rational numbers. Okay, so denominators are not equal, so you have to make the denominator equal first. So 3 and 5, LCM of 3 and 5 is 15. So you have to make the denominator 15. That's why you have to multiply the numerator and denominator by 5. So if you multiply numerator and denominator by 5, so it will be 10 upon 15. And here you have to make this denominator 15, so you have to multiply numerator and denominator by 3. So after multiplying numerator and denominator by 3, we have got 12 upon 15. but 10 upon 15 and 12 upon 15, between these two rational numbers, the 5 rational numbers you can't write easily. Okay, so that's why 5 rational numbers you have to find, so multiply by one more, that is 6. So you have multiplied the numerator and denominator by 6, so you have got 60 upon 90, and here we have got 72 upon 90. Now 5 rational numbers are 61 upon 90, 62 upon 90, between these two 63 upon 90, 64 upon 90, 65 upon 90. Okay, now come to the next part. Two rational numbers are given, minus 3 upon 2 and 5 upon 3. At first make the denominator equal. So 3 and 2, the denominators are 2 and 3, so LCM is 6. So you have to make this denominator 6, so multiply by 3. So 3 after multiplying by 3 and 3, so we have got minus 9 upon 6, and you have to multiply by this denominator by 2. Numerator and denominator by 2, so it is 10 upon 6. Now you can easily write the rational number, no need to multiply by 6, because see this, there is huge difference, minus 9 and 10, there is huge difference, that is difference is 19. So you can easily write that, that is minus 8 upon 6, minus 7 upon 6, minus 6 upon 6, minus 5 upon 6, minus 4 upon 6. So between these two, this is the rational number, or you can say that between these two also. Okay, now come to the next part. So in third part, two rational numbers are given, 1 upon 8 and 1 upon 2. LCM of 8 and 2 is 8. So make the denominator 8. This is already 8, so you have to make this denominator 8, so you have to multiply the numerator and denominator by 4. So 4 upon 8. Now see this, this is 1 upon 8, this is 4 upon 8. You have to insert 5 rational numbers, so you have to multiply by 6 now, because between 1 upon 8, 4 upon 8, you can't write 5 rational numbers easily. Okay, so you have to multiply by 6. So after multiplying by 6, numerator and denominator, we have got 6 upon 48, this is 24 upon 48. So 7 upon 48, 8 upon 48, 9 upon 48, 10 upon 48 and 11 upon 48. These 5 rational numbers are between 1 upon 8 and 1 upon 2. Now come to the next question, that is question number 7. A part. Find a rational number between 13 upon 16 and 18 upon 16 using mean method. Mean method is very easy, adding the number and dividing by 2. So 13 upon 16 and 18 upon 16. So add these two number and divide by 2, then you will get the number that is between these two rational numbers. So LCM is 16, so 13 plus 18, that is 31 upon 16, and divided by 2 means it will come here in multiplication of 16. So 16 2s are 32, so 31 upon 32. Hence a rational number between 13 upon 16 and 18 upon 16 is 31 upon 32. Now come to the next part. Next is B part. In B part it is given that find 3 rational numbers between 1 upon 5 and 1 upon 2 by mean method. Okay, so mean method, so at first add these two and divide by 2, so you will get a number that is between 1 upon 5 and 2 upon 5. So 1 upon 5 plus 1 upon 2, LCM is 10, so 2 plus 5. Okay, then 7 upon 10 means divided by 2, this is 7 upon 20. 7 upon 20 is between 1 upon 5 and 1 upon 2. Okay, so here between these two numbers 7 upon 20 is there. So between 7 upon 20 and 1 upon 5, another number will be there. So a rational number between 1 upon 5 and 7 upon 20, that is 1 upon 5 plus 7 upon 20 divided by 2, mean method. Okay, now take the LCM. LCM is 20, so this is 4 plus 7, that is 11 upon 20 upon 2, that is 11 upon 40. And between 7 upon 20 and 1 upon 2, there will be another rational number. So by mean method find that a rational number between 7 upon 20 and 1 upon 2, that is equal to 7 upon 20 plus 1 upon 2 is 2 divided by 2. So LCM is 20, so 7 plus 10 divided by 7 plus 10 upon 20 divided by 2, so 17 upon 20 divided by 2, that is equals to 17 upon 40. So 3 rational numbers are 7 upon 20 we have got first, then 11 upon 40 and 17 upon 40. So 11 upon 40, then 11 upon 40, then 7 upon 20, then 17 upon 40. So 3 rational numbers between 1 upon 5 and 1 upon 2 we have calculated by mean method. Now come to the last question of this knowledge check, that is question number 8. So in question number 8 it is told that find 3 rational numbers between a minus b inverse whole inverse and a inverse minus b inverse, given that a equals to 1 upon 6 and b equals to 1 upon 8. Okay, so a equals to 1 upon 6 and b equals to 1 upon 8. So at first find a minus b inverse. So a is equals to 1 upon 6 and b equals to 1 upon 8. Subtract this, so LCM will be 24 and 4 minus 3. 4 minus 3 is 1 upon 24, and inverse of that is, inverse means reciprocal. This is reciprocal of 24 is reciprocal of 1 upon 24. So 1 upon 24 reciprocal of 1 upon 24 is 24. Okay, now find a inverse minus b inverse. A inverse means 1 upon 6 inverse and b inverse means 1 upon 8 inverse. Inverse means reciprocal, so 1 upon 6. Reciprocal of 1 upon 6 is 6 and reciprocal of 1 upon 8 is 8. So 6 minus 8 is minus 2. So between 24 and minus 2, there are so many rational numbers. So you can choose any rational number, that 24, 3, 22, 21, 29, 20, sorry, 23, 22, 21, 20 and 19. Okay, you can choose any rational number between them. I have taken this 5, but you can take any rational number between them. We can take 10, 7, 8, 9, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 up to minus 2. Okay, between this, so minus 1 up to minus 1 you can take any rational number. Okay, so these are the 5 rational number I have taken. You can take any rational number. So this is all about the knowledge check 1.3. In next topic, in next knowledge check, you have to solve the word problems. Okay, so try to solve the word problem. There is no new concept. The concept you have already learned in previous topics. Okay, that concept you have to use to solve the word problems. Okay, so let's start the word problems. Okay, let's start knowledge check 1.4. Okay, that is the part of word problems. Okay, so read the question number 1 first. The sum of two rational numbers is minus 5. If one number is minus 13 upon 6, find the other. Okay, sum of two numbers is given and one number is given, so you have to find the another number. So given that sum of two rational number is minus 5 and one number is minus 13 upon 6, so hence the other number will be from the sum. From the sum of the two numbers you have to subtract one number, so you will get the another number. So from minus 5 subtract minus 13 upon 6, so minus 5 minus of minus 13 upon 6, so minus minus it will become plus. Okay, now LCM is 6, so say minus 5 into 6, that is minus 30, and already 13 is there because here in denominator 6 is there. 6, if you divide 6 by 6, so 1 into 13 is 13. So finally it is minus 17 upon 16. So hence the other number is minus 17 upon 6. Okay, now come to the next question, that is question number 2. What should be added to minus 7 upon 8 to get 4 upon 9? Okay, so what should be added to minus 7 upon 8 to get 4 upon 9? So sum is 4 upon 9. So from 4 upon 9, if you subtract minus 7 upon 8, so you will get the number. That number should be added to this one to get 4 upon 9. So the sum we have got 4 upon 9, because it is told that what should be added to minus 7 upon 8. It means something should be added to minus 7 upon 8, then you will get 4 upon 9. So the sum is 4 upon 9. So from the sum, if you subtract one number, that is minus of minus 7 upon 8, so this will be 4 upon 9 plus 7 upon 8. LCM is 72, so here it will be by 9, this is 8, 8, 4, 8 is 32, and by 8 if you divide, so it will, you will get 9, so 9, 7 is 63, so 95 upon 72. So hence 95 upon 72 should be added to minus 7 upon 8 to get 4 upon 9. Now come to the next question. Next is question number 3. In question number 3 it is told that what should be subtracted from minus 2 upon 3 to get minus 5 upon 6. Okay, so from minus 2 upon 3 you have to subtract a number to get minus 5 upon 6. So if you subtract minus 5 upon 6 from minus 2 upon 3, you will get the number. Okay, because from this number you have to subtract another number to get this one. Okay, so if you subtract this number from minus 2 upon 3, you will get the number. So minus 2 upon 3 minus of minus 5 upon 6, so minus 2 upon 3 plus 5 upon 6, and LCM is 6, so by 3 if you divide 6, so it will be 2 into minus 2, that is minus 4, and by 6 if you divide 6, so it will be 1, 5 into 1 is 5. So 5 plus 5 and minus 4, that is 1, and 6 is the denominator, so 1 upon 6. So hence 1 upon 6 should be subtracted from minus 2 upon 3 to get minus 5 upon 6. Now come to the next question. That is question number 4. In question number 4, it is given that the product of two rational numbers is minus 9 upon 4. If one number is minus 12 upon 7, find another number. Product of two number is given and one number is given. You have to find the another number. So this is the product. Minus 9 upon 4 is the product, and this is another number. Okay, so if you divide this number by the another number, you will get the another number. Okay, so minus 9 upon 4 divided by minus 12 upon 7. So minus 9 upon 4 dividing means multiplying by reciprocal, so you have to multiply by 7 upon minus 12. By 3 you can cancel out, so this is 3 and this is 4. So finally it is minus minus plus, so it will be 21 upon 16. Hence the other number is 21 upon 16. Okay, now come to the next question. Next question, it is told that find the cost of 3 whole 3 upon 4 meter of cloth at rupees 36 whole 2 upon 3 per meter. So given that cloth per meter cost is rupees 36 whole 2 upon 3. For 1 meter this is the cost. How many meter you have to find? You have to find the cost of 3 whole 3 upon 4 meters. So you have to multiply this one by price of 1 meter cloth. So 3 whole 3 upon 4 multiplied by 36 whole 2 upon 3. This is mixed fraction, you have to convert into proper fraction, so it will be 15 upon 4 and this will be 110 upon 3. Okay, so by 2 you can cancel out, by 2 it is 2 and by 2 it is 55 and by 3 it is 5. So 275 upon 2. So it is 137.50. So cost of 3 whole 3 upon 4 meters cloth is rupees 137.50. Now come to the next question. Next is question number 6. The cost of 19 upon 4 meter wire is rupees 171 upon 2. Find the cost of 1 meter of wire. Okay, given that cost of 19 upon 4 meters of wire is this one. So cost of 19 upon 4 meter wire is rupees 171 upon 2 rupees. Okay, so for 1 meter cost is, you have to divide this money by this amount of meter, that is 19 upon 4. So 171 upon 2 divided by 19 upon 4. So if you divide this number by 19 upon 4, so it will be 171 upon 2 and multiplied by reciprocal, so 4 upon 19. By 19 if you cancel out, so it will be 9. By 2 it is 2. So this is rupees 18. So 18 rupees per meter. Cost of 1 meter wire is rupees 18. Now come to the next question. That is question number 7. A car is moving at an average speed of 36 whole 4 upon 5 km per hour. How much distance it will cover in 7 whole 1 upon 2 hours? Okay, we know that distance equals to speed into time. Here speed is given 36 whole 4 upon 5 and time is given 7 whole 1 upon 4 hours. So the distance will be speed into time. Okay, speed 36 whole 4 upon 5 and time is 7 whole 1 upon 2. So it will be 184 upon 5 after simplifying into after converting into proper fraction, and after converting into proper fraction this will become 15 upon 2. So cancel out, this will be 72 by 5, this is 3, so 216 kilometers. So in 7 whole 1 upon 2 hours, 7.5 hours, the car will cover 216 kilometer. Okay, now come to the next question. Next is question number 8. A 176 meter long rope is cut into equal pieces, each measuring 7 whole 1 upon 3 meter. How many such small pieces are there? Very easy. So total length is given 176 meter and length of small piece, one small piece 7 whole 1 upon 3. So how many pieces are there? The total length will be divided by length of one piece. So 176 divided by 7 whole 1 upon 3. 176 divided by, this is converted into mixed proper fraction, that is 22 upon 3. Dividing by 22 upon 3 means multiplying by 3 upon 22. So by 22 this is 8 and 3 8 is 24. So 24 pieces will be there. Okay, now come to the next question, that is question number 9. 1/6 of the class students are above average, 1/4 are average and rest of are below average. If there are 48 students in all, how many students are below average in class? Okay, so given that the total number of students is 48, number of above average student is 1/6 of total. So total is 48 and multiplied by 1/6, so it will be 8. So 8 students are above average and number of average is 1/4 of the total. So 48 multiplied by 1/4 means 12. So 12 students are above average. So how many students are left? 48 and 8 students are above average and 12 students are average. So 28 students are left. So these 20 students are below average, 28 students. So from total you have to subtract the average, above average and average. These are 8 and 12, so you will get the below average. Rest of the students, rest means you have to subtract these two from the total, so you will get the answer, that is 28. Now come to the last question of this chapter, that is question number 10. In question number 10, it is given that Mohit purchased 12 shirts from a shopkeeper, each at rupees 400 whole 1/30, and returned 6 trousers, each at cost rupees 500 whole 1/8. Find who is supposed to pay whom and how much. Given that Mohit purchased 12 shirts from a shopkeeper, each at rupees 400 whole 1/30, and returned 6 trousers, each at rupees 500 whole 1/8. So cost of 12 shirts. So by 12 we have to multiply the cost of one shirt, that is 400 whole 1/30. So if you multiply, so it will be after converting into proper fraction, it is 12,001/30. So by 4 it will be cancelled out. So it is 4,800.40. This is the cost of 12 shirts. Okay. Now money got after returning 6 trousers. So when he will return 6 trousers, he will get back money. So how much money? 6 into cost of one trouser, that is 500 whole 1/8. So convert into mixed fraction, so it will be 4,001/4. So 12,003/4. So if you divide, so it will be 3,000.75, means 3,000 rupees and 75 paise. So see this, he has to pay 4,800 and he will get back 3,000. It means ultimately he has to pay, because the paying money is more than the returning money. Okay, so Mohit supposed to pay, and how much? 4,800.40 minus 3,000.75. So this is 179.65. This amount of money Mohit supposed to pay. So this is all about the chapter 1. Okay, so read the topics, read the concept very properly, see the examples very carefully, all the examples try to do by yourself very carefully, and the knowledge check questions very carefully. Okay, in next we will start chapter number 2. Before that exercise portion is there. So this exercise portion you have to do by yourself at home. On page number 18 and 19, some questions are there, that is of exercise. These exercise questions are related to the questions that is in knowledge check. Okay, so the questions are similar, so you can solve these questions by yourself. So if you face any problem regarding the knowledge check questions and the exercise portion, okay, you can share with me. And at the before exercise there is let's relook portion. Let's relook portion means, okay, let me show you. So this is let's relook portion. So this is the summary of this chapter. So you have to read this chapter, it will help you to face the viva. Okay, it will help you to solve the give the answer in viva. And after that exercise portion is there. Okay, question number 1, then in next page from question number 2 to 15, these exercise questions are there. Okay, try to solve these questions by yourself. Okay, so in next class we will start chapter number 2. that is exponent. Till then, revise this chapter very carefully and prepare yourself for the test or the exam. Till then, thank you.